I've heard Rick Bucher, for one, has said he's not sure LeBron wants to come back. This is not a good setup for him. Older body. He's got no chance to get through the Clippers. I disagree. I think he really wants to get through it. LeBron's playing a different game than everybody else. Okay, everybody else is competing against themselves. LeBron's competing against Michael Jordan. LeBron's standards are much higher than everybody else in the league. Nobody else in this league is in the, could he be the best player of all time? Nobody else is close. I mean, Anthony Davis, how many playoff series does he have in 7 years that he's won? One? And he's the second best player maybe in the NBA? Third, maybe behind Kawhi. Giannis has 2 playoff series wins. It's LeBron here, Kawhi next, and then it's just the Grand Canyon between even the next best players. Well, LeBron's going to be sitting home here in his 17th year. And guess what's starting in about a week? Michael Jordan, 10-part documentary. 20-year-olds never saw Michael play live. Either did 30-year-olds. I did. And that's why I say Michael's the best player ever. But a lot of 20-year-olds have lived in the tunnel of LeBron only, and they're LeBron fans. And don't kid yourself. Players like Michael, the late Kobe Bryant, and LeBron are absurdly competitive. Michael was petty during his Hall of Fame speech. Kobe wouldn't leave the gym if he lost a game of horse. He would play you until he beat you. And we know LeBron watches social media. He reacts very quickly. He likes his attention, and I like LeBron. LeBron's going to be sitting at home, 17th year. Best player he's ever had on a team in his peak, AD. Roster is old. It's not getting better. It's a weak draft, crappy free agency class, and the cap's coming down. They can't afford anybody else and don't have anybody on that roster, not named LeBron or AD, that anybody else wants. I like Kuzma. He's not special. This is the year. This is the year. But it's also in terms of branding. The 20-year-olds are going to watch this 10-part series, and those are LeBron guys. And guess what? Every talk show host, Joy, me, the Stephen A's, the Skips, the Shannons, the Whitlocks, the Nick Wrights, the Gottliebs are all going to be like, man, I forgot he's the greatest ever. And LeBron will be sitting home and watching that as a hyper-competitive athlete. Don't kid yourself. LeBron wants to come back. Badly. It's one thing to have the MJ documentary on and you're playing and dropping 32 a night. It's another to be watching it, and then you turn on the sports networks, which you watch all the time. We all know that. And they're all like, that debate was stupid. MJ is clearly so much better. Even Nick Wright talked about this the other day on our show.
We didn't get to see LeBron in the playoffs last year. If they don't have a playoffs this year, we won't get to see it. And then you're into year 18, and while I've never been in the business of doubting LeBron, then you are one tweaked groin away from what? LeBron not being in the playoffs again, and then, wait, was the last great LeBron playoff moment the 51-point game one, and then we never see him in the postseason again? Like, if you miss this postseason, that door starts to open, and I think the NBA is so tied still to LeBron, it's very important this year gets in some way, shape, or form. By the way,
LeBron said this 4 years ago, quote, my motivation is the ghost I'm chasing, LeBron told Sports Illustrated's Lee Jenkins. The ghost played in Chicago. Well, guess what? The ghost is coming back for 10 parts as LeBron sits and watches the shows talk about him and the world talk about him. These guys are all so competitive. It's why they're great. It's why Kobe was great. It's why MJ was great. It's why Jeter was great. They're petty. Tom Brady texting his dad, we got his phone records. Yeah, he's only got how many years? I got a bunch of years. I'm going to beat Peyton Manning. I'm going to be the greatest of all time. That's who they are. It's great. Don't think LeBron wants to sit and watch on TV the shows and in the MJ series in probably the last great year to win a championship for him, because AD's not getting younger and healthier. This Laker roster's older, not a lot of tradable parts. The cap's coming down. It's a crappy draft and a bad free agent class. This is what he's got to win with. This is it. Good to have you in, Doug Gottlieb. The Doug are talking about Tua. We spent 10 minutes on that. Let's move to LeBron. You knew the late Kobe Bryant very well. You and I had talked about the dinner you had with him, and you knew him. His competitive nature was actually sometimes almost funny, and you're a competitive guy. MJ was petty at his Hall of Fame speech. 20-year-olds did not see Michael Jordan play live, Doug. They're going to see, for the next 5 weeks, Michael Jordan. And that debate, which, by the way, LeBron watches, LeBron unfollows and follows people who are for him or against him. How do you think it plays for LeBron over the next 6 weeks not playing and watching a Michael Jordan worship fest take over not only ESPN, but every debate sports talk show in the world?
Not well for LeBron. Not well, because when people see that last game, there's just no way you can possibly have a discussion about LeBron being the greatest player of all time in comparison to Michael Jordan. Because what LeBron fans do, and you're one of them, but, guys like Nick Wright, who we like, they go, well, in the 17th season and look, Michael Jordan didn't play 17 straight seasons. He took a year and a half off for baseball. He played 3 years in college. But his last year, when he was 34, 35, he was the best damn player in the league.
Yep.
And in his last real game before he came out of retirement, the Wizards thing didn't really happen. That's not really part of his career and his legacy.
Right.
It's just not. In his last real game, it wasn't just the final shot. It was that game, the Jazz led the whole game, and then Jordan decided, you know what, I don't want to play another game in Chicago. and I think he got fouled. He made 2 free throws. Then I think he scored a bucket. Then he got fouled, made 2 free throws. Then he stole the ball from Karl Malone, who had a chance to ice the game. Then he cleared out. Then he went one-on-one. Then he hit a game-winning jump shot. And, good night, drive home safely. It's just the way in which he completely and thoroughly dominated when he wanted to. It was the way in which he led, and he was the unquestioned best player in the league. And the best player on the floor at all times. I don't think it sits well with LeBron. Look, you look at his most recent comments, and he's like, I think he said something like, there's no closure. Jalen Rose came out today and said he thinks his window closes. I don't think his window closes if they don't conclude this season. But I'm sure LeBron will sit here and like the rest of us, just be mouth agape, damn, I forgot people have forgotten what Michael Jordan did, how he was, how he carried himself, how he was just regal. And I don't think LeBron's competitive. I don't know if he's what Michael was in terms of a sociopath killer in terms of competitiveness, but he's sitting at home and he'll be chomping at the bit to get back to play.
And the other thing is, for millennials, 20-year-olds, cool matters, style matters. What you're going to see is not only Jordan's greatness, but how cool he was. LeBron's great, but I've never thought cool. I mean, I think Westbrook's got a cool factor, his fashion, his style. I don't think James Harden's cool. I think Westbrook's kind of cool. I don't think Steph Curry is cool. But I can get people that think Kevin Durant is. Michael was not only the best player, he was the best looking, the best dressed, the most fashionable.
Yes.
And I think for young people, they're going to watch that documentary and go, damn. He is. I mean, the shoes still sell today, right?
Yes. I mean, look, he's still one of the most popular athletes in the world. He hadn't played in 20 years. It's the Jordan thing is crazy. I don't think it's repeatable or replicable because it was at the advent of cable television.
Yeah. Because
he took the crown from Magic and Bird, who saved the NBA. It was the iconic Jumpman logo. He was the first one to rock the suits. He wore the diamond earrings. He made being bald cool. He had the Jordan walk. Everything about him was just otherworldly. And he's not necessarily chasing even a ghost, right? For LeBron. So yes, I think it'll bring back such incredible memories. And here's something that's ironic, right? This season, I don't believe it'll be lost to this thing. But I could be wrong. I think they're going to figure out a way to play some sort of playoffs. I think they need to.
Yeah.
To capitalize on the fact that everybody's at home and they'll be watching TV and they need sports. I don't know if they can do it, but I think they will. But think about Jordan's last year. The following year, had he decided, hey, let's still run it back, they had the lockout. He would have only had to play a shortened season.
Wow.
right? Whereas now, this is not the last year for LeBron, but LeBron could lose a title or a chance at a title with the Lakers because of the coronavirus. So it's just kind of weird how had Jordan come back, or they both might lose a title to kind of some unforeseen circumstance that we couldn't plan for.